and actually convince you to open an account.
Yeah.
And with that, you can actually get the deal. And this was our first actual effort in exploring those areas. After that, things followed.
Yeah.
And that's when we started finding out, okay, here are the strengths of the company. And
so speaking about strengths, what about you? Because you're talking about flow. I asked you about flow. How do you complement flow in this partnership? Or your other?
Well, a couple of things. One is, of course, I do know the local market, at least some folks. So it's not that difficult. I suppose being an ex-IBM and ex-Altel employee has helped. When they see me walk into an office, it's not like I'm selling peanuts.
Okay, so you're saying credentials really count, and it's an experience, and
while it counts,
yeah.
I wouldn't put too much value in it. I think what counts more is the first 30 seconds to 1 minute that you are in there. If you cannot impress, or at least establish credibility in 30 seconds to 1 minute, then you've no business disturbing that individual's time.
Yeah.
And in a way, I learned how to do that because that's how we were taught how to have meetings.
Yes.
Most entrepreneurs who can do a good elevator pitch, that's perfect. That's all you need, And the other thing is, of course, try to differentiate. There's a reason why all Headway meetings are formal. It's not because I came from IBM where everybody had to wear a suit and a tie. No, it's because competition doesn't dress up. We dress up. We think we respect our clients. That's why we dress up for them. And there are these little things that actually help.
So you're saying, entrepreneurs shouldn't be too laid back, because I think that's one of the hurdles that entrepreneurs take. I want to own my business so I can have things my way, but at the same time you have to think of consumers, your clients. Yeah.
I would like to say that entrepreneurs should think more about their customer than be in love with their ideas.
Yeah.
Because once they do that, they will learn to morph their ideas to the benefit of their customer, and guess what? They'll sell. I go back to Headway. 2 years, we were drumming on payments.
Yeah.
We were too in love with the idea.
Yes.
But we were not thinking, wait a minute, that customer is not going to budge. You see? So if I could have a time machine and go back, I would do a few things. And one of them would be to tell myself, think about the customer first, and maybe tweak it so that it's more to their liking.
So, and as you're talking about strengths of Headway, so what are the strengths of Headway now?
Today, we're very, we've penetrated the mobile ordering market very well. We've learned our lessons in developing systems, not just from a technology perspective, but from a design perspective. You see, technology is like a pencil. Yeah. One day it's here, next day it's gone. When we first started Headway, we did not have these nice screens on cell phones. We had plain text. Now you can have a video game or something, and right there on the machine, you can put your password, lots of stuff. Maybe in 5 years you'll have a three-dimensional image, who knows? Technology aside though, whatever you're selling has got to be accepted by the customer because they need the service, the product. And that's really where you've got to be discerning as to who you sell to. You want to sell to early adopters.
Yes.
The guys that actually have a business need, not to people who are in love with technology. Because you'll always find those guys, but they don't propagate. They won't have lots of people to follow them. The early adopters will like it and will keep on.
So who are these early adopters do you see?
Who are the early adopters? The ones with business needs. When you have a business problem, then you have a need, and therefore, if Headway designs a solution that may be software, maybe not software, they like it and they'll pick it up.
So you're saying the people like our viewers who are watching today, business people, housewives, and doctors, and people who are getting to any business.
that would be at least the lessons we've learned over the past 5.5 years. Headway itself, it's designed to be a business-to-business company. We're not into consumer. We're not structured for that. Maybe one day we will be. No? But for now, that's what we're focused on.
Okay, so who are your clients now in business?
Well, mostly in the banking and finance industry. In fact, if you look to my left, the stock exchange is a client. And then we have made some inroads into the fast-moving consumer goods industry by developing ordering systems. Unfortunately, based on our agreements, I'm not at liberty to talk more about it, except for some friends like Lorenzo. You know?
Yes, of course. So, after spending, I mean, now you're over 25 years in the IT industry, why do you think you're still staying in this business?
Because it's a business, because it's fun, and because IT has become a useful tool. And what's funny about it is that the same problems that existed in IT 25, 30 years ago are still the same today. And IT continues to change, and it will change. And what a fascinating thing. IT must be seen as a tool. It's like when you go to battle, you need a gun and maybe a bulletproof vest. See, IT is a tool. It's an asset that you can use and capitalize on. It helps us create products that once upon a time were difficult to do. Once upon a time, a simple PC would cost you 300,000 pesos. Today, a simple PC would cost you 10,000 pesos. Actually, you can get a netbook these days for about that much using Linux or something like that. So, the cost of technology is going down. Or think about it another way. Texting versus beepers. For the guys that are a little older, I'm sure you'll remember those beepers that we used to carry around. Basically one-way devices that tell you someone's looking for you. When texting happened, it took about maybe 5 years to pick up. It was free back then, by the way. And then once it picked up, beepers just died. Technology just replaces itself. But the need to communicate is still there. And if you're able now to find a business model to capitalize on that.
It works for universal needs, I guess, communication.
Exactly.
So how are you trying to grapple with this business that, I mean, it's ever-changing?
That's a very good question. Of course, people say it's a very good question when they're thinking about the answer. No?
Yeah.
Bottom line, you have to just face the fact that it'll change. So, like in developing any system, at a certain point you have to freeze all development. You have to imagine there will be no more changes, and you develop it to the point where it's useful. There will be change, you get paid for that, you move on, and as you move on, you redevelop it. So you have to have the discipline to freeze the scope. Because if you leave it up to anybody, they'll just keep on adding more and more and more. And of course, if you're a very accommodating individual or company, and Headway has been, well, the scope just increases. And in the end, what suffers is the delivery, because you really can't deliver. And there are lots of reasons, good and bad, theirs and yours, and but the real proof is the delivery. And so you've got to just keep on pushing for that delivery.
Okay, great. But so now we're going to go to a commercial break, but at least we started the ball rolling on how IT is changing the entrepreneurs industry, and we'll be back to talk to you more about how IT will help your business. This is Barron's Bulls. This is the official stock exchange network. Thank you.